Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us to break ground on our new pickleball courts here at Western Regional Park. My name is Raul Delarme, Director of the Howard County Department of Recreation and Parks. I would now like to welcome our County Executive, Dr. Calvin Ball, to the podium to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Raul, and thank you all for being here. This is quite an exciting day to be at Western Regional Park right here in Woodbine. Howard County is the very best place to live, work, play, and grow. And that's right. There's a lot of energy. Those who are watching online, people are here and excited. And in large part, because of our world-class park system and our commitment to invest in new and growing recreational activities. Nowhere is our commitment to support these activities more evident than with pickleball. Pickleball is one of the fastest growing sports in Howard County, the state, and the nation. In May, we were at Blandair Regional Park announcing that we had secured record funding to build 6 new pickleball courts in FY23. Our historic pickleball investments at Blandair Park will significantly expand our resources for our pickleball community. We currently have just 2 standalone outdoor courts, 31 outdoor blended line courts, and 28 indoor line courts countywide. But today, right here at Western Regional Park, we will be taking a giant leap for pickleball in Howard County by breaking ground on a project that will add 8 dedicated pickleball courts to our park system. This project was funded by $250,000 in a state grant, and I'm so thankful for the work of our state delegation, including Senator Katie Hester, from whom you'll hear later, to continue securing the resources needed to meet the needs of our pickleball community and make our park system an exemplar for the rest of the state and the nation. This grant is just one example of our historic investment in our parks. Our most recent budget contains nearly $26 million in combined local and state funding for our parks, the largest in 8 years. And of that total, $14 million is coming from the county funding, and nearly $12 million comes from the state through the efforts of our state delegation. We're incredibly grateful to our partners in the state delegation who have helped secure major funding that will be used throughout all of Howard County to do a number of things, including replace playground equipment at Centennial, Waterloo, and Rockburn Parks, fund improvements at Blandair and West Friendship Parks, build bridges to connect to Savage Mill and Wincopin Trail, and support the North Laurel Community Center pool. The combined more than $26 million in our budget will be used in every corner of Howard County, from our 8 regional parks to our 29 neighborhood parks, and will create everything from new fields to lighting to bridges and stairways that help us access our beloved trails. And I'm proud to let you know that over the last 4 years, we've invested nearly $60 million in county and state funds in our parks, a 50% increase to the previous 4 years. And I want to give a special thanks to Raul Delarme and the Recreation and Parks team for being excellent stewards of our parks. Please give them a huge round of applause. I consistently hear throughout the rest of the state and even outside of the state that people come from all over Howard County for our great park system, and this addition of the pickleball courts will help that even more. Our residents are seeing real investment and improvements that create the very best quality of life for people here in Howard County, and because of you and your advocacy and our shared partnership, we will continue to be the very best place to live, work, play, and grow for all. Thank you.
Thank you, County Executive Ball, for your continued support to our department. I would like to welcome our next speaker, representing District 9, State Senator Katie Hester.
Thank you so much, and I bring greetings from the entire state delegation. I really can't express how great this session was in terms of bringing money home, but I wanted to start off with a story for you guys. as a mom of 2 lacrosse players, I spend a lot of time right here in Western Regional Park watching my kids practice and play games. And so now that there's a pickleball court, like, I'll watch the games, but I'm really excited to come out here and play some pickleball. It's a great way for folks of all ages to get out, get some exercise, and have a seriously good time, as you all know. In the last few years, especially during the COVID pandemic, we saw unprecedented levels of park attendance. And this session, we recognize the critical beneficial role that our parks play in maintaining public health, providing opportunities for outdoor activities, and preserving green spaces. To reflect this importance, the General Assembly invested a once-in-a-generation sum, more than $320 million across the state, into our local parks through the Great Outdoors Act and Project Open Space. In closing, I just want to thank again the entire state delegation, County Executive Calvin Ball, and the entire administration for making this possible. And I really am looking for some lessons. A year ago, I asked my husband, I said, Bill, you want to go play doubles pickleball? He said, no, what's that? That sounds silly. And so I never got to play. So then while he was taking care of his parents in Florida, he came back and he's like, I played this great sport and I'm really good at it, because he played tennis. So he's really good at pickleball now, even though I was on the leading edge. So if anybody wants to get me a few lessons once these are up and running, please call my office. Thanks so much.
I think you got some few friends out here.
Thank you, Katie. I would like to welcome our next speaker, representing County Council District 5, Councilman David Youngman.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to District 5. Thanks for coming out here. Look, the residents of District 5 send a lot of tax money to the county, to the state. So whenever we get some of it back here in Western Regional Park or District 5 in Woodbine, I'm super appreciative. So I appreciate the efforts of the delegation to get our state funding, bring some money back, and for Rec and Parks and the county executive for directing it in this way. Not to be redundant with what Katie said, was there's a lot of pressures on how to spend capital dollars and tax money in the county. And, we've got a school system and aging buildings and senior centers and roads and a lot of stuff that we just have to do. And either those needs are extreme and not super sexy, or there's big voices screaming for the other money. But it's okay to have fun. It's okay to get outside. It's good to be outside and exercise. And I'm looking at all these folks that probably know each other to a large extent through this simple sport that poor guy's been trying to get off the ground since the 60s. I think he's finally got it. But, so this is a great thing, and investing in our parks, and this is a great facility here. So hopefully this brings more opportunities for people to get to know each other and, connect with their communities and be a little healthier. So thank you.
Thank you, David. Our last speaker is President of the Howard County Pickleball Association. Please welcome Joanne Chrysler.
The real star of the show.
I got a fan club. Thank you. Good afternoon. My name's Joanne Greiser, and I'm honored to speak on behalf of the Howard County Pickleball Association. 6 years ago, we started our association with 20 members and chalk lines on outdoor tennis courts. Today, we have almost 800 members that range in age from preteens to octogenarians. Our goals are simple: to promote pickleball and support the community. We've come a long way from the chalk courts. Rec and Parks has painted pickleball lines on some tennis courts and constructed 2 dedicated courts. But the popularity of the sport and the amount of people that want to play has far exceeded the county's current facilities. We are very happy that Rec and Parks recognizes the need for more facilities and have included pickleball courts in the current plans. And we hope this trend continues. Just saying. These 8 dedicated courts means players can play or practice on regulation courts. This is true for the planned courts at Blandair Park as well. 16 courts at one location will support multi-day statewide tournaments, and tournaments will generate revenue for our county's hospitality industries. This is a big win for Howard County. Our association is very excited to have this new facility. We look forward to more open play sessions, introductory classes that support new players, and enhance facilities for our existing players. So I'd like to thank Dr. Ball, Recreation and Parks, Dr. Ball's staff, who invited me today, and all of our association members and everybody else that came out today to see us. Thank you very much, and paddles up.
Thank you, Joanne. As been stated, these 8 new pickleball courts will be a great addition and will provide more opportunities for dedicated pickleball play, as well as for our program, as well as for the community. Especially pickleball being one of the fastest growing sports in probably the nation, if not definitely the county. These opportunities will continue with the new courts at Bland Air Park as we continue to grow with this sport. Before I conclude, I would like to recognize and thank a few people, especially all the existing and new employees from the Recreation and Parks team who have been instrumental on this project as well as the Bland Air project. So if you could raise your hand, but if you could please hold the applause until the end, I'm going to go through some names. I'd appreciate that. Dave Grabowski, Chair of our Recreation and Parks Advisory Board. Bob Linz, Acting Bureau Chief of Capital Projects, Park Planning and Construction, if you can raise your hand. Jason Thompson, Park Planner with the Capital Projects Division, who designed this project and will manage the construction. There's Jason over there. Our marketing team, led by Superintendent Anna Hunter. She's behind the sign here. Our Zone 3 park staff, Brian Moody, Bureau Chief of Parks, Nicola Morgul, Bureau Chief of Recreation, Mike Milani, Bureau Chief of Administration, Ruth Coleman, Mike Blevins, superintendents in the Bureau of Recreation, and all the other Recreation Parks staff who are here today. I thank you. Appreciate it. This now ends this part of the program, and I want to thank everyone for attending this afternoon and watching online. Now it's time to break ground on this project.
Yay! Everybody ready? Ready. All right. 1, 2, 3. One more. All right. Do another one.
Okay, call it, sir.
1, 2, 3. All right. Great job, everybody.